if you're a fan of this show, then you know my favorite hero of all time is Superman. Isn't that right, Dog Dad? Just kidding. I actually did not really like Superman growing up too much. I know, not a popular opinion there. I was more Batman guy. Sorry. Um, but I am excited for this Superman movie. And a new Superman trailer dropped, I believe, 2 days ago now. And
Yesterday.
we actually, was it
It
yesterday?
was yesterday.
Okay. So it dropped yesterday. And we actually see a lot more. Um, we see Lois Lane interviewing Clark as Superman. And we see them get into kind of a heated debate about his involvement in the wars. And he's like, I'm saving lives. And then, she's obviously taking the stance very aggressively of like, whose authority like gave you to intervene, and like you're not representing America. And he's like, no, like I'm just trying to bring peace. Very classic like Superman kind of argument there. But we also see Lex Luthor, the engineer, Ultraman, and Hammer of Borava.
Baravia. Yep.
Yeah. Which that last one is a completely new character supposedly, and I don't really know why. I'm not going to lie. Um, why? But the engineer in the comics supposedly is a hero who is part of a group called the Authority.
Mm-hmm.
But in this trailer, she doesn't seem to be a fan of Superman.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a group that's more like militant and typically does not care about collateral damage. And this is direct contrast to the Justice League and also what Superman stands for. Then we have Ultraman, who in the comics is like the version of Superman from Earth 3. Um, in this world, Ultraman is the leader of the anti-Justice League.
Maybe.
Very interesting to me. I don't know. So this whole kind of thing, from what I'm getting from this, first of all, is I think this is, and this is just my theory, I think we're seeing this is a Superman that's been Superman for a while now.
Mm-hmm. We knew that.
Starting to get people that like are not happy with him, right? And then he is having conflict with his like classic comic book core value system of like, I'm trying to be a good guy and save everyone. And then the world is evolving around him and he's having a battle with himself, kind of like that's kind of like my take is that
So
go ahead.
overall, we had the initial teaser trailer, which we talked about back then. So go ahead and check out our video about that. We had the CinemaCon footage, which had kind of the extended stuff with Crypto and the Fortress of Solitude, and now we've got this trailer. Did this trailer live up to the first two? Do you think it was a good trailer, or were you like I about it?
I will say I liked the second trailer better.
Okay.
But that is because I just really, really enjoyed the interaction with Crypto. Like, he's hurt,
Crypto.
he's bleeding, and
Crypto
he's
wants to
jumping.
play.
And it's like, no, stop. Like I loved that scene.
Okay.
I like laughing.
Because here's what I'm gonna say: the first teaser, I loved. The CinemaCon footage, I loved. I didn't love this. I didn't. I was kind of disappointed with this trailer. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't like the way that it started because I thought it started kind of slow. There's definitely some good moments here in the trailer. I like some of the look of the style of this film. Right, so here we got, if you look on the screen, we've got our shot of Ultraman. I think in this movie, now we knew the Authority was going to be part of this movie. I'm guessing, because we see the engineer right next to Ultraman, I'm guessing in this DC universe, Ultraman is part of the Authority, right? That's my theory, right? Later on in the trailer, we see the engineer in the Fortress of Solitude messing stuff up, and we see Crypto take a shot at them. Let me see if I can find the shot We see Crypto taking a shot at the engineer, and I'm like, dude, you better not be hurting Crypto. People will
Go John Wick.
People will go John Wick on you for hurting Crypto, right? Yeah, we get this shot of the engineer, and then Crypto's like, hey, what are you doing in here? And she's messing up Superman's robots, and there's Lex, and then she kind of like, Crypto gets a bite on her, but she kind of tosses Crypto. I'm like, you better not be hurting Crypto, man. People gonna be upset with you. I like the look of the costume. I didn't get anything extra out of this trailer. I do like that they're gonna try and tackle the big questions, right? Superman's not really an American. He's an alien, right? And I liked that he was like, I'm not representing America. I'm not part of the government. What are you talking about? Right? And I'm glad they're going to try and tackle those. But again, as far as a trailer goes, it did not make me more excited to see the movie.
I'm excited for the movie.
I'm excited for the movie. I'm saying this one did not increase my excitement.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. I'm worried though. My only worry is there's so much shit going on.
I have faith in James Gunn.
Yes.
Right? There is an argument to be made they packed too much in here. There's actually one shot I want to point out too. I love this. We got a little more of Nathan Fillion using the lantern powers. Watch this. So he comes in here and he like does the like whap, like hit somebody with the like lantern. Like he manifests like a big old hand. He's like, get out of my way. Again, stylistically, I love it. But you're right. There may be too much here.
It's giving me, I think I've said this before on this show. I loved season 1 of The Arrow. And I was such a huge fan of
I love the Arrowverse. Love the Flash.
When you got into, I don't know, season 5 or 6 with all of the heroes, I did not enjoy it anymore because there were just too much stuff.
Too much stuff in there. Yeah, I can understand that. That is a risk they're taking. And we haven't even seen that Supergirl's in this movie too.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because the next movie, so you got to remember, like in our DCU like timeline, we have Superman as the first movie that's releasing. The next movie that's releasing is Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Right? With Millie Alcock. That's already wrapped shooting. They're done filming it. It's done. So they're doing special effects now and ADR and all that stuff. Right? So, yeah, they got a lot to do. Now, here's the thing. You are trying to set up a new universe. I am with you, and this is a trend that I think has started a while ago that I'm happy about. The lack of origin story. When they brought Spider-Man back into the MCU, you notice they didn't make us watch Uncle Ben die again, right? When we got Batman v Super, like all this, I don't need to see Clark's origin. I don't need to see Batman's origin.
I want to see the break again.
Right? It's, yeah. I know it. Okay, we all know it. It's pop culture zeitgeist. We know. Okay? So I'm glad we're not going brand new Superman. I'm glad we've got a Superman who's been Superman for a while and is now dealing with stuff. We have a world that's obviously full of superheroes, right? Because obviously Guy Gardner and Hot Girl and everybody's just kind of running around doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. But you're right. This may be a little jam-packed. And I'm concerned about that.
Yeah. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. When does it actually come out?
July.
Okay.
July. We don't have much longer to wait. We got about 2 months. Because it comes out right around the same time Fantastic Four does.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Next weekend I'm going to go see Karate Kid, but that's a whole other ball of kittens. All right, everybody. Let us know. Did you watch the new Superman trailer? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below.